Hello guys, welcome back to the Fight Book. I'm the Indian accent guy, and in this video, we are quickly getting an overview of the fights that are announced in last couple of days. Basically, two UFC fights are announced, some non-UFC fights, some boxing fights, and some updates from new Dana White's boxing league. So, without wasting any time, let's start from UFC fight announcements. So the first fight that is announced, it is for UFC Qatar May 17 card in UAE, and it will be Curtis Blades taking on Rizwan Kuniev. Yes, the fight was supposed to be on the UFC 313 card, but because of Blades pulling out, this fight has now been moved to UFC Qatar card, and this is the third heavyweight fight on that card. Other two are Sergey Spivak versus Jamil Gaziev and Muhammad Usman versus Hamdi Abdul Wahab. Second fight is not officially announced, but it is highly rumored, as I have told you in previous video, that UFC 316 is rumored to be headlined by Merab Dvalishvili versus Sean O'Malley 2. And David Clay, top amateur prospect, post a Merab Dvalishvili versus Sean O'Malley fight poster that states the fight is on. If you think Clay is like a no one, so let me tell you that David Clay had O'Malley in his corner for his fight in February. So I hope this news is true. Then we have some call outs after UFC 313 card. Magomed Ankalaev said to the media that the talks for his rematch against Alex Pereira has already begun, and he has said yes. Yuri Prohaska also responds to Enclave's fraud comments towards him, and said that he wants to return in July or August and would like a top contender so that he can earn a title shot again. Then Justin Gagey, who won the co-main event of UFC 313 card, said that he wants a title fight now because he won 3 fights out of his last 4, and the only loss was the exhibition fight against Max Holloway, so he deserved to fight for the title. Arman Tsarukyan, who had fumbled the bag and now needs a big fight to get his title fight again, he called out Justin Gagey and Charles Oliveira both, and said that Gagey doesn't deserve to fight for the title. If he wants to fight for the title, he should fight me, and the winner of us will fight for the title. He also said that he would like to rematch with Charles Oliveira. Oliveira also said that he wants to return in International Fight Week at UFC 317 card, but he didn't call out Arman Tsarukyan. But yes, he wants to return at UFC 317. So let's see what fight we will get. Then in the same division, Dan Hooker, who is holding grudge against Arman Tsarukyan, again called Tsarukyan out. Dan Hooker said that he is now 35 and he is planning to retire before 40, and so in these next 5 years he wants to win the title, or at least fight for the title, and then transition to bare knuckle boxing. All he wants to do in next 5 years. Then in the same division, Beneil Dariush also said that he wants to come back in June, and mentioned that Moicano rematch was in talks, but he didn't heard after saying yes to it. Then from the same division, again Rafael Fiziev, after losing to Justin Gagey, said in the Ariel Helwani show that he would like to move down to the featherweight division. Yes, that's a huge news. If he goes down to featherweight division and he can make weight, then he is going to be a very tough addition to that division. Then from the same division, Terence McKinney calls out Jordan Levitt to fight next. Then UFC fight news wraps here. Let's check non-UFC fight announcement. First, PFL has announced their 2025 tournament with big changes. This time there will not be a point system and direct elimination fights. First there will be quarterfinals, then semifinals, and then finals. Their first four events with the quarterfinals matches will take place in Universal Studio Florida. First will be on April 3rd for their welterweight and featherweight quarterfinals. Then the next event will be for the bantamweight and women flyweight fights. The women flyweight champion is not in the tournament. Former UFC flyweight fighter Jake Headley will also be in that card, fighting in their bantamweight tournament against 16-0 undefeated guy on April 11th. The third event of quarterfinals will be on April 18. It will be for middleweight and lightweight quarterfinals, and the fourth and last event of the quarterfinals will be on May 1st. In this event, there will be heavyweights and light heavyweights quarterfinals, and former UFC heavyweight fighter Alexander Romanov will fight in the heavyweight tournament against Tim Johnson. Then the next three events will be semifinals. First on June 12th in Nashville, second on June 20th in Wichita, then June 27th in Chicago. Then three events for their finals: August 1st, August 15th, and August 21st. Location has not been announced yet. And the last but not least, from PFL, they announced their PFL Belfast man event, and it is going to be Paul Hughes taking on Bruno Miranda. I had told you that it is not going to be Usman Nurmagomedov rematch. Paul Hughes have to beat Bruno Miranda to get the rematch on May 10th. And non-UFC fights wraps here. Then from the boxing world, we have a change of opponent in Jesus Ramos fight, which is going to be in the undercard of Sebastian Fundora versus Chordale Booker on Saturday, March 22nd in Las Vegas. Ramos was originally scheduled to face Kevin Salgado, but Salgado was forced to withdraw from the fight. He will now take on Guido Schramm in 160 pounds, co-headliner of the event. Matchroom have also announced the undercard of Jaron Ennis versus Imantas Stanionis on April 12th in New Jersey. The undercard doesn't have a proper matchup, but four showcase fights for their prospects. 16-0 welterweight prospect Shakram Gyazdov will co-headline the event. 8-0 lightweight Hadley Medros, 13-0 welterweight Tamir Smalls, 2-0 super featherweight Zaquin Moses will be taking on their opponents in mismatches as big betting favorites. And the boxing fight announcements also ends here. Share your thoughts in the comment section and then do whatever you want.